To Tracy's Sunday challenge. I have a really great one for you today. Not only are we doing one card using this sketch, I have 8 other cards to show you. So I'm so excited for everyone who's joining me. As you pop on, please pop on and say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Hi Cheryl, how are you? I can see there's a few on, so that's fantastic. If you're new here, my name's Tracy.bish. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Central Victoria, Australia. And each week I come to you live at 8:30 on Sundays with a Tracy Sunday challenge. Alrighty, so for this week we are doing a sketch, and I thought I would print it out for you so you could see as I'm talking. I have it up on my on my Instagram as well as Facebook already, so you can see it over there as well. So hopefully everyone's having a great weekend and a Sunday, and yeah, I know I've got a big rest of the day planned. Okay, so let me show you the card that we're creating today. It's using the Catching Butterflies Sale A Bration. So all my cards, the whole 9 cards that I'm showing today, are using Sale A Bration products. So these are free products available here in the South Pacific until the 16th of March, and with qualifying orders. So you can purchase them in my online store if you wish. So here we have, this is the one we're doing today using the Catching Butterflies. Hi Marion. Hi Cindy. Catch me for the first time live. Well, welcome. So glad that you've been able to join in. And I just love this one. This one is so simple. As you can see, you can take this sketch and make so many different cards. And at the end of this video, I'll show you the other 8 cards with using this same sketch. But what's really great about sketches is you can interpret them any way you like. And that's why I think I love them so much, to see what everyone creates with them. So like I said, we're using the Catching Butterflies, and I did use the Daffodil Afternoon Dsp for her little dress there. I'm actually going to change it up a little bit because I went through the Sunshine and Rainbows DSP, and this is really bright, colourful. Because I've gone with the pool party here, there's heaps and heaps of pool party designed paper in this stack. And this is also a Sale A Bration free item, so the full pack for a $90 order, which is fantastic. And I chose this one. This is little tiny hearts, which is really, really cute. And I thought we would create her little dress with pool party hearts. I can see I've got a lot of flickering there, so I apologise for that. I'll put this light on and see if that helps. It probably won't. It'll probably make it worse, but we'll see how we go. Let me know if it's bothering anyone. All right, so I have basic white card as our card base, and this is just half a piece of A4 cut in half and then scored in half. And I'm just going to, I haven't even finished my cuppa this morning. I've had like 3 sips out of it, but I might get a few little drinks out of it before the card's finished. So really simple, thick, basic white card base. I've also got just some scraps out of my scrap bin. So I've got pool party and thick basic white. We are going to cut this little girl out and we'll stamp her and fussy cut her because I wanted a little bit of pop. Although she's just adhered straight down on the card, I haven't popped any dimensionals or anything underneath her. I still think it gives her that element of pop-up by cutting her out. And like I said, we've grabbed 1 sheet of that beautiful Sunshine and Rainbows specialty DSP. So what we're going to do first is I want to bring in and create this sponging background. So with my sketch, I have this white band I've used for the butterflies. I also have my square, could either be the sponging or the little image, and then we have, for this circle, that's where my sentiment piece is. So very, very simple design. So I do have my ink blending brush, and I'm going to grab my pool party ink pad out, and we're just going to sponge a little bit of background there. So I'm I'm going to do it nice and light. And if you haven't seen these ink blending brushes before that Stampin' Up have brought out, they are really, really great. They come in a pack of 3, and they don't create those harsh circles that the sponging does with the sponges or with the sponge daubers. Highly recommend these. And the other great thing is you can wash them out under cold water. Our ink is dissolves in water, so it comes out nice and clean. What I've done is I've actually got one for each sort of colour. So I've got one in blues, so a light blue, a dark blue. I've got one in yellows, one in pinks, and one in greens. But you can wash them out, and they work perfectly as well. So we've got a nice little sponged background there. Oh, Judith, you like the sketch. Fantastic. I really like the sketches as well because we get such an interesting and different lot of cards created. So I've got my Memento Tuxedo black ink, and with this Catching Butterflies, I'm using obviously the large girl, the bunch of butterflies, and the stamp set, or the sentiment that says Collecting Sweet Thoughts of You. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to do those bunch of butterflies and stamp them across that page. And that creates that little band there. How cute is that? And while we have that ink out, let's do our sentiment really quickly. And I'm using the layering circle dies to cut out my little circle there. So simple as that. And then lastly, we're going to bring in that little girl stamp. And because it's a larger stamp, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the ink pad down to the stamp and ink it up that way. When you're using larger stamps, this is the easiest way to make sure you're evenly inking up your image. So I'm just going to stamp that down over the top. And I rocked my stamp just a little bit, but it doesn't matter because we're fussy cutting. Okay, I do want to let this dry because we are going to be using Stampin' Blends markers. I've got Pool Party, Crumb Cake, Ivory, and Bronze. So that darker brown that we'll be colouring in. But actually, let's bring in that DSP and we'll stamp her dress as well. So I actually just want to stamp. I don't want to waste too much of that beautiful DSP. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp her on the end there. And we can fussy cut out her little dress there. So this is an easy way of tricking up your stamps by stamping on DSP and then piecing them together. So just like that. Alrighty. So with the layering circle dies, I'm actually going to be using the second smallest circle just to die cut that out. I'm going to cut that out and then I'm going to come back in. As you can see in this one, I've added some of the little butterflies in the background, but I think it's easier just to cut it out first and then we know where our butterflies are going to be. That way we get a good image of at least one butterfly. So I'm just going to run that through my cut and emboss machine. So hopefully you're all getting some ideas of what you could create with that sketch. There we go. So quickly cut out. And then if I bring my sheet of paper back in, we'll just do a quick stamping of those butterflies on the side. What's great is there's a few little butterflies, so I'm going to add one on this side because there's not a lot of room there. And then they'll just be image of part of a butterfly on this side. Perfect. So it just gives you that little continuity, I think would be the word. I do like to leave my memento a little bit before I start colouring in. I have a ton of problems with bleeding, and I don't know whether you guys have that issue, but I like to leave it as long as possible. Hi Susan, how are you? You're really liking the card. Thank you so much. Stay tuned because I've got another 8 cards after this to show you using this sketch. So all using current Sale A Bration products. So I'm just going to wrap this round 3 times. And we're just adding a little bit of gold bling behind our sentiment. Now the funny thing is this has got a bit of metallics on this card. We're using those brushed brass butterflies, and I have to say that really slow because that's a tongue twister completely. So I'm just using some tear and tape to secure down those edges. Oh, good morning, Glenda. Welcome. I'm happy you can all make it. Okay. And that just gives it that little bit of bling. So we've got gold and brass on today's card. Okay. And because we are just filling in a little bit of time while that memento dries. Now it does dry fairly fast. But what we're going to do is we're going to quickly fussy cut her beautiful little dress while we're waiting. And this technique of using DSP or cutting out even cardstock and piecing the images together, this has been around for a long time. Hi Jeanette, how are you? So hopefully everyone's had a really great weekend. I can't believe the weekend's almost over already. I've got a ton of crafting to do today. I must have been lazy this month, and well, it's not lazy, I've just been really busy with February's a huge month for us at home. We have a lot of birthdays and we have our anniversary, and there's just so much going on that I just haven't had time as much to craft. So I feel like I'm really behind in all my crafting. Oh well, we'll get there. So how cute does that look? Really, really cute. All right, so we can quickly colour these in. Like I said before, we're using Pool Party Bronze, Ivory and Crumb Cake. So for the pool party, we want to bring in that colour and just create a little background in the net. Get your words out, Tracy. You can tell I don't speak too much in the morning. So I'm going to go in with the light. And I do very basic colouring. I love that the Stamping Blends are really forgiving for beginners. Anyone can colour in with the Stamping Blends. But if you're more adventurous and like to do a lot of different techniques, you can also do the Stamping Blends. They're just as good as those other alcohol markers on the market. Probably easier to use, to be honest. There's not as many colours to choose from. I don't know, it looks so confusing, those Copics. So I've just gone in and added a few darker layers with the dark combo. Alrighty, for her face, I'm going to go in with the ivory. And we do have all those beautiful flesh tones in the Stamping Blends now, which is fantastic. I really do have to start playing with those. Because I've made these pretty quick, I've gone with the Old Faithful of Ivory. But I will play around with the new flesh tones really soon. I'm just getting back to my normal routine now. And I could even go in with the Petal Pink for her cheeks. So this is, I actually used this little girl on my live on Thursday. So if you haven't seen that one, check that card out. But I actually really love this Sale A Bration stamp set. It's so cute. Alrighty, so we've done her face. Let's move on to her hair. And what I've actually done is I've gone in, I've coloured it in the light crumb cake. And I've actually done a few layers of her hair. So let me show you how I did that. So I'm being, well, not careful at all. I'm just coming in, adding a few layers in. I'm not colouring in the whole thing. I don't know whether you can see that. There's bits of white in there as well. You know when light hits hair and we have multitude of different colours in our hair, especially when we're young? This is what I wanted to do for this little girl. So I'm just coming in with the dark crumb cake, doing the exact same thing, adding a little bit more of the layer on top. And then with the bronzer, I'm actually going to use that bullet end because I don't want to use too much. And I think this turns out really, really pretty. And if it's too much for you, you can then go back through with the light crumb cake and just blend those colours in a little bit more. I'm really happy with that. I'm not going to worry too much about that. So let's quickly cut this one out. And it is fussy cut. There is no dies for this one. But you do have to be a little bit careful. There's a lot of little parts, her little arms, her little legs. But I'll be as quick as I can. So we've got a lot of family coming over this morning for breakfast. My daughter's just come home. She's moved to Warrnambool. I think she's been down there 7 weeks, 7 to 8 weeks. And she's actually brought her boyfriend home to meet us for the first time. So we've got grandparents coming over today to meet him. And yeah, they've been here since Friday night. So it's been really good. Although we only seen her last weekend. But before that wasn't until she moved back down there. So it's been lovely to have her home this weekend. They went up to Echuca yesterday actually and went on a paddle steamer. He's never been to the Murray River. Never been to Echuca, so, and I don't think he's ever been on a paddle steamer as well, so that was fun for him. And then we went into Bendigo last night and had tea at my son's house, so with him and his girlfriend. So it's been a lovely weekend. And this afternoon, because she's going not long after breakfast, this afternoon I'll get in and start creating in my craft room again. Try and catch up on some of the projects that are due next week. Oh well. I will get there. Glenda says she has, at the moment, she has streaks of grey in hers. Old Judas saying, be kind, Marion. He's lovely, so there's nothing to be unkind about. And I think, Glenda, I've got more than just streaks of grey in my hair. I need to dye my hair again. It's a constant battle. I have said a couple of times that I'm going to let the dye just come out. But my family are not too keen on that. I don't know, I don't think I'd be as salt and pepper. I think I'm more of almost a white grey. So, you know what? Young girls are dyeing their hair grey all the time. Isn't that the fashion? We could be fashionably without having to dye it. I actually started going grey at 18, so it's been a long time going grey. So I think I'm just going to cut around her hair just a little bit more. A bit too much white in there. Glenda says she's going to go grey disgracefully. That's okay. It's personal preference, isn't it? We actually have a lady in town and she is fully grey. She's only a couple of years older than me. So she'd be late 40s, maybe early 50s. And she used to dye hair all the time. And I said to her, grow it out, because it was a real silver grey. And she said, do you think so? And I said, absolutely. And she did. And she's got the most gorgeous hair. So that was the best decision for her, I think, because it's just beautiful. I'm going to add her little dress just with some Tombow liquid glue. This is great glue. Very good for holding things down. It's a very strong glue. And, oh no, the tip is not to use too much. So I did get a bit of glue on her face, but that's okay. I'll use my eraser to get that off once it's dry. So I'm not too worried about that. Oh, that is so cute. All right, so we're going to add her down. So this is a really simple card, everyone. There's not a lot to it, but how cute is it? She's just dancing around the butterflies. And we're going to, with our sentiment, I'm going to take that backing off, and then we're going to pop it up with some dimensionals. So we've got our little ends secured nicely with the tear and tape. Sometimes I like to have the ends of my ribbon or twine hanging out, but this time I wanted to tap them down and keep them in. Cute. And then lastly, let's bring in some of those brushed brass butterflies. I knew I had them on my desk somewhere. Judith started going grey at 15. Okay, I thought I was in bad luck at 18. That's not good, Judith. Did you have sandy coloured or you know, like a silvery blonde? Because I was quite blonde. Glenda says she's 70 and just started going grey. Lucky. So I'm just going to add a couple of these in. I think we'll stick with 3. 3 around the net because that's cute. There we go. I think they both look good, but I really like tying in that pool party in with the background. Okay, so there is that first card. Let me bring in that sketch again just to quickly show you. So this one here, to remind you what it is, and let me show you the other 8 cards using this beautiful sketch. Oh, thank you, Susan. So we have this one. This is the Calming Camellia. So instead of the square, I went with a circle. And this is a great thing. This is a shape. You could change it to another shape if you wish. So there's that one. Now I have these over on my blog, so my blog's not up just yet because I have to put this video in. So if you want to have a closer look at these cards, head over to my blog in, I'd say, an hour, and I should have it all done. This is the driving by. So that little MG, I think that's an MG car. Correct me if I'm wrong. So a nice little masculine card, birthday card. This one again is the Calming Camellias, and in that Calming Camellias set, there is a beautiful swirl. So I thought, why not use that swirl? And I've used that as that little band. And once again, no circle. I've gone with a stitched rectangle. Don't know how well that stitch is coming up, but super cute. Lots of white background in that card as well. Okay, so we have the awesome otters, and I've also added the beautiful Simply Marvelous paper DSP in the background. This is also a free celebration item, and I've stamped the background. I've popped a piece of balmy blue cardstock through what's that embossing folder? Splatters and stripes, I think it's something like that. It's in the mini catalogue anyway. Really great embossing folder, and I really like just that background stamping. I've also distressed the edges. I don't know how well that shows up, but just for it to stand out that little bit more. So awesome otters and Simply Marvelous paper. Then we have Island Vibes. So I've stamped my little background there, added the pineapple, and I've used this as my square. So this is my circle. See how you can change that sketch up to be so different. Thank you everyone for giving me the thumbs up. Really appreciate them. Okay, this one is the Sunshine and Rainbows DSP. I've added a strip in the background of the DSP. This is also the other part of that embossing folder. So this is the splatters one. And I've fussy cut that little rainbow as my sentiment piece. But yeah, super cute. They're all super simple cards as well. That's what I love about them. This is the Friendly Hello bundle. So I've added the DSP. I've got a couple of strips of Granny Apple Green. I've stamped on Pale Papaya and Basic White with the Pale Papaya ink, and just quickly fussy cut those ones out. So there's that one. And then lastly, we have this one here. This is the Daffodil Afternoon Dsp. And this is actually the first one that I created using this sketch. So this is very much the sketch. So very simply followed. I've also used the embossing folder in the background with Mossy Meadow. And this is all the beautiful Daffodil Afternoon. So free Sale A Bration pack of 12 by 12 paper. This one is gorgeous, highly recommend it. And the other great thing is you can colour this background in with this DSP. So all the very vanilla pieces I've seen demonstrators colour them in with the new flesh tones stamping blends. So, and it looks beautiful. So there we have it. 9 beautiful cards. And let me show you again quickly. This is the one that we created today. Now, if you're in need of any of these free Sale A Bration products, you can place an order in my online store using this month's hostess code, which I'll get this out of the road and you can see it. So this one here, the qualifying orders are $90 and $180 depending on which Sale A Bration product you're after. They are available till the 16th of March, so you need to get in quick and make sure that you're able to get those ones. If you are placing an order, you'll not only receive a handmade project from me, I'll also send you a free bundle tutorial. And the other thing that I just want to quickly remind you of is purchasing the starter kit. Right now, you can purchase the starter kit for $169. You choose $235 worth of product, and you'll have free shipping on your first order. Also, you get to choose 2 free stamp sets on top. So it's a wonderful offer on at the moment. You can save yourself a lot of money, and honestly, becoming a Stampin' Up demonstrator has been the best decision I've ever made. So if you're wanting more information, or you would like to have, if you've got some questions, please get in touch with me and I'll help you out with them. Oh, thank you everyone for all the hearts. That's lovely. Yeah, Judith, more inspiration for the coming week. Fantastic. And thank you, Jeanette. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that you've enjoyed all 9 cards. Don't forget they will be over on my blog a little bit later on if you would like to have a closer look at them. And please come in and join the challenge. All you need to do is just create your card, take a photo of it, head over to my Facebook page. The post is actually going to be the first one at the top of my page. So just go into the comments, put your photo in, and come and join in the fun. And even if you're not creating something, please come over and have a look at what everyone else creates, because I have some amazing crafters that come and join in the challenge each week, and you'll get some inspiration off those lovely ladies as well. All right, everyone, have a great Sunday, and I'll hopefully see you next Thursday at 5 o'clock. If not, I might see you next Sunday at 8:30. See you later. Bye-bye.